Kristen Beat.
He is your points leader. He has finished on the podium in 9 of 10 starts this season. Cody Kopp now on the pole here at the Peoria TT. However, you have never won a TT in your professional singles career. Cody, how bad do you want this one?
I want to win this one bad. We were leading last year and had some clutch issues, so a little bit of redemption, and it'd be cool to win here because Dad's won here in his past too.
Cody, congratulations. We are now going to present you with that $500 Pronto Plus Pole Award check. Congratulations to Cody Kopp. And guys, Cody Kopp looking for his first win here at the Peoria TT, Scotty.
He sure is. He's got a quick time today of a 2:06.519 for the #1 rider. He's looking for his 3rd consecutive championship in our AFT singles class. Up next, we'll shift gears up to the Mission Super Twins. Your Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award is the #3 rider, your 2019 Peoria TT winner. There is the 3-bike, Briar Bauman.
Scotty, he won in 2019, but in the last 3 years, he has finished 2nd, making him all the more hungry for a win here today at the Peoria TT. Briar, how are you going to get it done?
Yeah, I think that just with how warm it is today, I mean, it's not crazy hot, but just it's warm and the track is really inconsistent. I think that you just kind of need to hit your marks and kind of just get through everything smoothly. The track is pretty brutal. It's just, you know, I'm thankful we're racing. Thank you to Peoria Motorcycle Club and American Flat Track for getting this thing going. I know the weather was sketchy last night, but yeah, the track's a little bit rough. But thankfully, the Rick Ware Racing KTM is working really well, and yeah, we'll see what we got.
Briar, let's present you with that Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award, $500. And Scotty, isn't it crazy? Last night we were worried about flooding and rain. This morning even we were worried about the track being too damp. Now it's dry. Isn't that wild?
It's just crazy. Usually Mother Nature waters the track perfectly. Today it's already drying out, so they've been adding moisture back to the racetrack here at Thunder Valley. Congratulations to Cody Kopp and Briar Bauman, our Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award winners. And now on the front straightaway, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Motor Maids, and our first order of business is to hand out the Long Distance Award, and we'll go back trackside with Kristen Beat.
Here with me now, the race director here at Peoria Motorcycle Club to present these women with the Long Distance Award, these amazing women. I'm going to go ahead and hand you the mic.
All righty, so we have Deborah Farewell. She is from Panama City, Florida. She rode 832 miles to be here today. The Motor Maids was founded in 1940, and they have approximately 1,200 ladies from the United States and Canada riding now.
How about it, Peoria Motorcycle Club? Let's give it up for these amazing and inspirational women out here at the Peoria TT this weekend before they take a lap around this track. Let's go, girls.
The Motor Maids, their founding premise of the Motor Maids was to unite women motorcyclists in promoting motorcycle interests today. They're over 1,250 members strong. They're going to take a lap right here with our flag. They'll circle on back around, and then we'll get into our Grand Marshal. That will be up next. But this young lady right there rode 832 miles just to be here. They have to ride their motorcycles to the event, and they're going to take this nice slow lap around this historic track here at Thunder Valley. So here they come. Peoria TT. Up next, down there on the front straightaway, it is time for our Grand Marshal Award, and it is for Mr. Larry Williamson. Let's go back trackside with Kristen B.
And I'm here with Sean again from the Peoria Motorcycle Club. Tell us a little bit about Larry.
So Larry has been a member at the PMC since 1960. He has either watched or worked here every year since 1947. Larry, who is 87 years old, just bought his new Triumph motorcycle, and he's riding it today. He is on a journey of celebrating a parade by his 3 children, his grandkids, his great-grandkid, which represents 4 generations of family members. Larry's pro racing career began in 1954. His last season was 1965. His best finish at the Peoria TT was 3rd place in 1962. In 1963, he had a 4th in the 80 cubic inch. Larry was considered for the 1963 racing season as the most successful. He would start the season off with a 2nd place finish at the Daytona 200. His season-long road racing result would get him a 4th place overall in the national point standings. I would personally like to thank Larry out here at the PMC for everything he's ever done.
Larry, congratulations on this milestone award. I have to ask you, every year you come back, what keeps bringing you back to the Peoria TT and the Peoria Motorcycle Club?
I just grew up here. I've been here all my life, and motorcycling has been my life, so this is a place to be.
Let's give it up for Larry down here, the Grand Marshal for our Peoria TT and all those who love motorcycles.
He's going to take a lap with 4 generations. They're all going to take this lap right now. He's got his brand new Triumph. He's only 87 years old. Why stop riding when you're only 87? So one more claim to fame for Larry was in 1963 here at the Peoria TT on a Yamaha powered by a TD1 road race engine. It was the first Japanese motorcycle to ever race in AMA Grand National Competition. If I'm not mistaken, he got all the way up to a top 5 in that race. So congratulations to our Grand Marshal here today, Larry Williamson, who has been a member since 1960 here at the Peoria Motorcycle Club. And enjoy that ride with your kids, your grandkids, and your great-grandkids. That is awesome. Make some noise for Larry Williamson. Larry's best finish out here at this hometown track in Peoria would be winning the June non-national TT race back in 1964. And he's going to get one more lap right there. Again, 87 years old, former national number 84, taking this lap right here to celebrate Larry Williamson, today's Grand Marshal of the 2024 Peoria TT, on his brand new Triumph. Why not keep riding motorcycles and buying motorcycles? That is so cool to have Larry out here with his children, his grandchildren, and his great-grandchildren taking this lap around the historic track. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, the official charity of Progressive American Flat Track is called Back on Track, and we have a couple of special folks to talk more about Back on Track and the awesome prize that's up for grabs. Let's go to our victory podium. Kristen B's got some very famous people right beside her now.
Tom Duma, Ronnie Jones, here with me now, representing Back on Track. Now, first of all, tell me about what the charity does and how it helps the riders in this community.
So, if an injured racer gets hurt on flat track or road racing, the charity comes in and helps them out. Say they take an ambulance from the racetrack, we pay them $450. There's every night that they spend in the hospital, $250. If they fracture and have surgeries, so there's a schedule of benefits, and the bottom line is we're helping them get back on track, the racetrack or the track of life.
Thank you so much. Now, this weekend at the Peoria TT, Mr. Ronnie, what are we doing? What are we raffling off? You guys always have such good prizes to, again, not only raise awareness, but raise funds for those riders who need it.
Well, we got Brian Tritch here. Brian has been so gracious to do these prints for us, and we've had fans seem to love these prints, and so he's done more for us. We've got Henry Wiles here, from one, was kind of the king of Peoria for many years, and I think there's something on the other side too. Is that right, Brian?
Corey Texas had a production in Hagerstown, and that's Will Davis, and Trevor Bruner actually won it. Being 21 is kind of, yeah, it worked out perfect. But yeah, that's an extra bonus for the winners. But that's original, and I'm from Peoria. Seen this old boy race many times.
Seen him win many times, too. And you guys can have the chance to go home with this, buy the raffle tickets. Are the girls out there selling them today?
Yes, they are. They're out in the stand, so if you see the girls holding up the sign that says raffle tickets, be sure to buy your raffle tickets for this Brian Tritch print. Pardon?
That is original.
That's an original print, and all the money goes to help injured riders, and thank you to all the fans for supporting Back on Track.
And if you're at home and you want to learn more, back-on-track.org.com for Back on Track if you guys want to contribute funds, donate, or learn more about some of the raffles that you guys are doing all season long. So thanks so much to the guys on Back on Track. It is hot down here. Scotty, I'm going to toss it back up to you.
There's a good look at the print for you folks at home right now watching on FloRacing. That is Henry Wiles, the 14-time winner here at Peoria. And there is Trevor Bruner signed. He's the new number 21, and that is a former number 21, Will Davis, a nice print that has been donated back to Back on Track. All right, let's take a look back at round number 10 at the DuQuoin Mile.
And on this Saturday night, we under the lights, it's going down.
Oh, Scotty, look, a problem for Cody Kopp with the number 1 KTM. This could be a huge impact on his hopes for championship. Here comes Cody to the inside. He's picking him off as fast as he can. Chase set up. He's going to lead him off the floor. Can Cody Kopp do anything? From the last row, Kopp going for the win at the line. The win goes to Chase Sadoff by 1/1000th of a second over Cody Kopp. They call it the Magic Mile. What kind of magic will we see here tonight? Grab a handful of throttle. Here we go, DuQuoin. The 9-time champ out front by 2 bike lengths. The Yamaha sits in second place, and Daniels is coming after him. The championship is on the line. Here they come to the finish at the Magic Mile. It is Jared Mees taking the win.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me direct our attention down to that victory podium here for our today's invocation. Please welcome from Motor Racing Outreach, my good friend, Raymond Rizzo.
Thank you, Scotty. Let's pray. Our loving Heavenly Father, what a beautiful day that you've created, and we're going to rejoice in it. We're so thankful to be able to stand before you and appreciate all that you've created. Thank you for this facility, all the people that are participating in this event today. We're so grateful for each and every one. The riders, I pray you protect from all harm, not only them, but their crew, all their family, their sponsors, and their whole team. Bless each and every one. Thank you for all of our AFT staff and all those that are working behind the scenes. We thank you for all of their efforts. We ask that you'd bless them, encourage them. Not only that, we're thankful for all of our fans, all of our veterans that are here. We're so grateful for each and every one. Thank you for your service. Not only those, but those that are serving around the world today. I pray a special blessing on them. Protect them from harm and let them know that they're loved. We look to you, Lord, for all of our protection, all of our safety, and all of our provision. And again, we're so grateful and thankful that you're faithful. So we bless you today in the name of Jesus. And everyone said, amen and amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Raymond Rizzo. Now, if you could, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Here to pay honor to the greatest nation in the world with today's national anthem, please welcome Chris Williams. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Williams. Well, that is it for opening ceremonies. I'm Scotty Dubler up here in the booth. Kristen Beat down there on the trackside. And now joining me in the booth, originally from up there by Sacramento, California, who got his TV debut right here at this historic racetrack. Ralph Shaheen, welcome back.
Thank you, Scotty. Great to be here with you. Yep, sure did. Started my CBS broadcasting career right here at Peoria at the TT back in the early 90s, and been loving this place ever since.
Still going strong.
Yeah, still faking my way through it the best I can. And everything about this place is exactly the same as it was that day, and exactly the same as it was the day they held the first one here 76, 77 years ago, whichever.
It's incredible. This beautiful facility down in the bowl, Thunder Valley. When you come down the hill, you know it's time for some great motorcycle racing.
Oh, yeah.
Getting set to go, we'll have 2 heat races for the Parts Unlimited AFT singles class. There'll be 8 laps at the distance, and then we'll have 2 heat races for the Mission AFT Super Twins right after that. We'll come back with the 2 challenge races as the bikes are on the racetrack right now taking a sighting lap. 2 challenge races, 1 for the singles class, 1 for the Super Twins class, and then our 2 main events today. We're going to try to keep the show going as fast as we can. We started late, so we're going to try to play catch-up, so we'll keep it quick and as fast as possible for you fans so you can get on home.
Yeah, there is some weather out there. It's not anything that we think is going to get here to impact the races, but we want to make sure we do get everything in and allow everybody to get out of here safely and smoothly without getting wet as well, and our staff and the Peoria Motorcycle Club to be able to clean everything up and get out of here by the end of the night before they get wet. So, yeah, we're going to move along.
Bikes are circling back around. It's time for heat race number 1 in your singles class. The 1-bike Cody Kopp, he'll line up on the inside of the front row. 88 Chase Sadoff, he won at DuQuoin a couple of weeks ago. He will start second. He's from Illinois. 63 Jared Lowe from Guilford, Indiana. The 55 Tyler Raggio having a good run so far. He's your last bike on row number 1. Row 2, the 82 Travis Pettin. 24 Hunter Bauer. 48 Trent Lowe. 106 Reese Podorf. And starting at the 3rd row, the 56 bike Jordan Jean from Midland, Michigan. It's time for heat race number 1. They will all transfer to the main event, but the top 2 will move on to the Al Lamb Dallas Honda Challenge race. Here is Ralph Shaheen with the call.
All right, Scotty, here we go. First race of the day. Practice is done. Qualifying is done. Now it's time to get down to business here at Peoria, Thunder Valley, the 77th running of this fantastic event. Everybody clicks into gear. Visors are down. The revs are coming up. Here we go. We're racing at Peoria. Who's going to get to turn 1 first? Looks like Kopp on the inside. Sadoff around the high side. He goes way up along the bales and the air fence. Kopp comes up to close it off. They're bar to bar as they come to the big jump, and Kopp will lead him over the jump.
Kopp did what he had to do, and Chase had to back off going up the jump. It's hard to go side by side over that jump because you got to make an immediate right-hand turn.
Big bump on the inside of 4. They're kicked both of our top 2 all the way to the far outside of the racetrack, coming onto the front straightaway. Kopp is first one across the line as we begin the 2nd lap here.
Super long front straightaway. These 450s will go up through the gearbox.
Sadoff fighting that bike.
He's had his hands full through practice and qualifying. He's kind of bouncing around a lot through him, and especially in this corner right here and down there at the other end of the racetrack for the 88 bike.
That big 450 Honda has really been doing everything he can to eject him off the seat, and he is just hanging on for dear life.
And they might have that suspension set up for the jump, maybe not necessarily for the corners.
Wow, look at Kopp when he landed that KTM coming off the jump. Watch this again, Scotty.
He actually flat lands. The suspension gets all the way down to the bottom, like the seat and the rear fender actually hit the tire. He would use that much suspension on that jump.
And then it just about shot him back off of the ejection button, right?
Yeah, that's that spring. You're just pushing you back
going
up
the
to
other
front.
way, yeah.
Exactly. Kopp is out front. Sadoff is keeping him honest, though, right there in second, Ralph.
Kristen, we got a great battle up front here. How are these riders doing on this racetrack?
Yeah, so earlier in the day when we had all that rain and moisture in the track and then it immediately started drying, there were holes that were created. So as some of the riders are progressing over the jump, they're landing in a section that is just riddled with those holes. I happen to be standing by Jared Bees in his camp, and some of them were explaining how that area can be so tricky for these riders. And then on exit of the turn following that jump, you're seeing the rear wheel kind of dance around and get out from underneath them, and that is something they'll be struggling with all day long because of those abrasions in the track.
Scotty, we know these guys are fearless to begin with, but boy, it's really going to test your courage here this afternoon.
Yeah.
If you can hold that thing wide open.
You've got to let it all hang out. You cannot see the landing on that jump, and you have to actually arc from the left or from the right towards the left, and it's crazy hitting that jump wide open, but these guys are doing it.
Cobb keeps looking over his shoulder coming on the front straightaway, and Sadoff says, hey, buddy, still here. Haven't shook me yet.
Yeah, Sadoff, again, fighting his suspension a little bit down here in turns 1 and 2, and down here, what was normally 3 and 4, but he closes right up on Cobb right again.
Here's Lowe in the 63. He's going on to the main event, like you said, but he's one spot out of a shot at going for that $2,500 later.
I think he'll be happy with that, though. He's got a good performance going right now. Again, he's been riding a lot of moto, almost qualified for Loretta Lynn, so he's been practicing the motocross track, and it's paying off. He's running third right now.
Back to the leaders we go. Smoothly over the big jump this time. Here we come down into 3 and 4, and those bumps right through the lower section of that corner. I talked with Brian Smith earlier today, and he said as the white flag comes out from Big P, he said, you know, we thought we were going to be in great shape with the rain that we had, just enough, but the problem was there were some really wet spots on the racetrack because of it. While we waited for those to dry out, the rest of the track got a little too dry, and that's why we're dealing with what we got here today, Scotty.
It's so hard to prep a track. We got the elevation changes. It's different conditions on each end. Here they come to the checkered flag.
Coming off of turn 4, Kopp, having led this one from the beginning, he's going to take the win on the KTM. And Sadoff is going to cross the line in second. Lowe will be happy with that third. And here comes the rest of the field with everybody going to the main. But where will you start? Raggio just holding off Hunter Bauer at the line to finish out the top 5. Here's a look at it. Kopp, Sadoff, 2 Lowe brothers going 3rd and 4th. Raggio, Bauer, Podorf, Jordan Jean, and Travis Patton, your 9 riders.
So Trent Lowe was struggling earlier today, was qualifying back there around 10th. He stepped it up. He got a 4th place finish. So I'll put him on the 2nd row of today's main event.
It's a good ride.
Good ride for him. Yeah, exactly. He, I don't know what was going on in practice and qualifying, but he found a little bit of speed out here.
Doesn't
in
matter
race
now.
number 1. Exactly. Throw that away. Forget that even happened. That was heat race number 1 for your Parts Limited AFT singles class. The winner is making his way down there. The victory podium is actually inside when they turn left off of the racetrack. It's inside there just as they make their way into the pit area.
Okay, Kristen, take it away.
Cody Cobb looking for his first career TT win in the singles class. Cody, it looked as though you were bottoming out your suspension. How did that feel for you? Do you intend on making any adjustments before the main?
I mean, honestly, I felt terrible out there just then. Like, super loose, just almost uncoordinated on a bike. So we're going to make some changes. It's I definitely couldn't do 14 laps like that. So we're going to get better, and we'll come out for that main swinging.
Despite taking the win, he's still looking for more, guys.
Yeah, and he's going to get a little test, Kristen, in that 4-lap dash for the $2,500. So they'll make some changes now, and he'll get to see what that does, and then he'll know if he's heading the right direction for the main.
He said he didn't think he could hold on to it for every lap of the main event.
Well, I
it's
think
a timed
that's why
race.
he kept looking back to see, because he probably figured Sadoff was about to eat him up.
Yeah, Sadoff was right there. So it's time for heat race number 2 for your singles class. The 59 Australian rider Tom Drain will be on the pole on the Yamaha. Then you got Terrence Santero on the 75. Evan Renshaw, the rookie, on the 265. You got the 132, the Supermoto rider. He does the FIM Supermoto World Supermoto. That's Bronson Pierce. Row 2, 115 Justin Anselmi. The 19 James Ott. The 131 Evan Kelleher. And the 40 bike from Castle Rock, Washington, Olin Kistler will round out heat race number 2. They all make the main event. Top 2 going to the Outland Dallas Holland Challenge race.
We talk about how fearless these guys are. One guy I know for a fact left his fear gene somewhere else when he got on the plane to come here. Is a kid on the 59, Tom Drain.
There's no fear in that
He
kid.
is hammered down all the way, isn't he?
Yep, he likes to go fast. He likes using that front brake. He's got a road race background, which definitely helps when you use that front brake.
Here we go. Get ready. Hit full throttle. We're underway. And right to the front goes Tom Drain on the Essence and Yamaha. But he's got a big challenge on the outside. He's going to fight the Honda off, and Drain's going to lead him to the jump. First time at speed.
James Ott from the 2nd row is already up to 3rd place on the 19 First Impressions Husqvarna.
This has been a tricky spot. Very bumpy through here in that first race. And looks like everybody's going to cleanly get through it. Drain almost pitches it sideways. That could have been really bad on a nasty high side.
Well, especially right in front of everybody else. There would be nowhere to go for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
He's already opened up a 3 or 4 bike length lead as we come to the jump for the second time.
T-Money, Terrence Santero right there. Oh, Renshaw
baby, Renshaw,
lands on the
look out.
grass.
And Scotty, we were talking about that during practice and qualifying. There is a very short field of grass over there, about 6 inches maybe. And if you get onto that grass, the other side of it to the left is straight down a hill.
And down into the creek.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
For a lot of reasons.
Exactly. So you got to keep it on the racetrack. Again, you can't see the landing, so you can't go too far to the left. Renshaw lands way over there on the left again.
Watch it again. Here's Drain almost losing, almost getting that high side coming on the front straightaway. Now, watch Renshaw here.
He's the 4th motorcycle. He's on the grass,
man,
on the
look at
edge. And did a good job saving it, but he did it the very next lap, too. You need to learn from your mistake and don't do it the next time.
Yeah, slide it over to the right a couple of inches, right, on your takeoff. Give you a little more room.
And maybe find a different spot for the takeoff. He's still landing pretty far to the left, but that's the quickest way if you can keep it straight. There was Ott having a lot of head shake. He's going to miss this corner.
Way wide goes Ott, and he's going to give up a spot to Renshaw. Renshaw comes right through, gets down below the bars because you do tuck it on the front straightaway here, as we talked about earlier. Much longer front straightaway than you think it is.
That happened for Ott. The landing on the jump gave him head shake, and he got too much momentum and missed that last corner. That's why he lost the spot. Again, they will all make the main event. Top 2 going to the challenge race. That's where some extra money is up for grabs.
It's Drain and Santero right now. Watch Ott here.
So he's on the left of the screen right there. He's already got the head shake going. Actually, it was more in those braking bumps than it was over the jump, and he just overtook
right
this
in
corner.
here, he clipped right over the inside berm there.
Right, but it started a while back, yeah, so it just carried too much momentum, and that's actually where Dallas Daniels fell off last year, if you remember, in the Super Twins class. There goes Ott up and over the jump. He's back there in 4th. Bronson Pierce
his
right
chance
behind
of winning the main.
Definitely did. Go to the back and had a good recovery.
Here we go. Back to the front with Drain. Look how they got to tentatively break that bike down that long front straightaway way before you think you need to let off. Is where these guys are backing off, letting that thing ease down into that corner with all those bumps down there.
Yeah, some of the riders are actually downshifting right when they pass the finish line. Right when they pass Big P, they downshift once. When they get a little bit closer, they downshift again to help them slow down. Whoa, man! Santero got it really sideways. He's trying to shake
his head. He's like, man, what was that all about?
Yeah, trying to shake that off as quickly as possible. So Santero wasn't happy after one of his qualifying sessions, was actually signaling to his teammate or to his team right here, but he's in a 2nd spot right now on this heat race.
Well, just like the first heat race with Cody Kopp, Tom Drain has led every lap of heat number 2, and he's back onto the front straightaway. And he's going to bring Tim Estenson a heat race win here at Peoria. Santero will hang on for 2nd, and then Renshaw and Ott will round out the top 4. Boy, Santero with a nice 2nd place finish here, but it was pretty sketchy right in here. Look at how sideways he was.
Fully crossed up. I guarantee those handlebars were fully hitting the locks, the steering locks, and he just had to hang on to it, and somehow it didn't throw him off. That was a good save by the 75 bike. That put him into the Al Lamb Dallas Honda Challenge race with that 2nd place finish.
There you go with your results. Drain, Santero, Renshaw, Ott, Bronson, Pierce. The Supermoto guy finishing in 5th. Kelleher, Kistler, and Anselmi rounding out the field of 8.
And Selmy only completed half the laps. He did not finish up in qualifying too, so he's struggling a little bit his first time here at Peoria.
Doesn't everybody?
Absolutely.
All right, Kristen, you should have a very confident winner down there with you.
A very confident heat winner indeed, Ralph. Tom, you finished 2nd here last year. You're looking to improve on that this year at the Peoria TT, but the conditions have been challenging to say the least. How were you able to stay on track, stay confident, and stay composed with the track being riddled with holes?
Yeah, we've just got to keep changing things every now and then. Just get the bike dialed in and get it the best it's got to be over them bumps.
Thank you so much, Tom, and we will see you in Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge shortly.
Well, we're going to shake things up a little bit here, Scotty.
Yes, time to go up to the premier class. The Mission Super Twins, just like the singles, they will all go directly to the main event. On the pole is your 2019 Peoria TT winner. On the KTM, that's Briar Bauman. The 21 bike, that's Blackjack Trevor Bruner from Aurora, Indiana. He's on an Indian. 95, JD Beach from Philpott, Kentucky. He's won the last 3 times we have been here. He's filling in for Dallas Daniels. That's the number 95, JD Beach. And the last bike on the front row is the 44, Brandon Robinson. Row 2 is the 18, that's Maxwell. He's a rookie in this class. The 34 is Cameron Smith. He's from Coatesville, Pennsylvania on the Ryan Barnes Racing Schaefer's Motorsports KTM. It is time for the heat race for the Super Twins class.
Heat number 1 of 2. Big Pete letting them know you got 8 laps, fellas. Make it happen. 10 seconds till we get green and get going. All right, visors are down. Everybody's clicked into gear. Here come those revs. Get ready. Here we go. Handful of throttle. We're underway. Big start for the 21 of Trevor Bruner. Great run for him, Scotty, early on here.
Got a good shot out of there on the Indian. He's never jumped an Indian before. Earlier this week on Friday, they went testing. Now he's leading the Peoria TT.
And he's got Briar Bauman right on his heels looking inside. Here's Robinson with Beach giving him all he can handle. Beach up the inside. Great move by JD. He's up to third, and he's got his sights set on Bauman now squarely as they come up the front straightaway.
He's got to make those moves as quickly as possible. Don't let those leaders sneak away. Trevor Bruner, I noticed he's got some black tape around his leathers holding them together. They might have broke the zipper on that earlier today.
Well, that can be annoying, if anything, and that's something you don't want when you've got to focus so hard on the task at hand, because any little bit of annoyance can get in your mind. Boy, look at how quickly Beach caught up to the top 2, and JD tucked in behind Bauman, and Briar, being a much bigger guy, is really helping him cut through the wind.
Definitely is, and he's making the move. Briar going up the inside.
Pushing his way past Bruner. Big move by Briar, and here comes JD right with him. JD's already up to second place, and the fight is on for the win here.
I think that's just experience in this class. You got to know if the door's open, stick a wheel in there and take care of it. JD's on the move on the 95 bike.
And he's looking to do the same thing to Bauman. What I like about JD Beach, here he comes up the inside. He's really good on the bottom of the racetrack through here, Scotty.
Yeah.
And he makes it work again.
A little bit.
JD Beach, the expert when it comes to TT racing, giving Bauman all he can handle here.
Remember, Ralph, this is his first flat track race of the season. I credit that for the bad start. He's not used to getting a start on a flat track bike. He's been road racing all year long. He's making up for it right now.
Christian, JD Beach doesn't look like he's lost much form.
He has not, but he told me earlier in the day the reason he was struggling during qualifying was because he was overriding this track. He's used to road racing. He's used to hitting his marks, but this track and the dirt were throwing him off, so he had to remind himself, calm down, don't override, just let the bike do the work.
Boy, did you see that landing?
Yeah, Briar really landed hard on that rear shock. It stood him straight up on the 3
No,
bike.
I'm talking about JD Beach. JD Beach just had a ferocious landing coming over the jump there. It almost tossed it away.
Briar did too. Briar landed and it pogoed him up out of the seat. So they're really hitting the jumps very differently today, and it's causing some havoc for these riders.
Watch this replay, Scotty. You're right about Briar, but I spotted this. Look at that. Boy, both of them.
Yeah, it was. I was watching the 3, you're watching the 95. We both had our hands full.
We both got a show.
Exactly, and they're still battling for the top spot. JD's going to lead this lap. Here they come. Briar pushing the issue. JD's won here the last 3 years. Briar Bauman won here back in 2019.
Boy, Briar, for as much of a handful as it is getting through 1 and 2, that 3 bike is getting off of 2 really well.
They've got that thing dialed in. He's got Kenny Coolbeth helping. He's got Jake Johnson. It's a Howerton chassis. It's all new this season, but you can't tell. He's up there battling against one of the best TT riders in the country.
Same thing off of 4. It really gets off the corner well. Watch this here. Let's see how he does here. It closes up on the inside. If he can get that drive again, there it is. Look at that. Right around him he goes. Briar Bauman to the front with just half a lap to go here. Can Beach make something happen at the far end of the racetrack? He's got to get inside of him.
I honestly cannot remember JD Beach getting past on this racetrack.
Briar Bauman just did something a lot of guys have struggled to do, and that's beat JD Beach at a TT. Briar Bauman with a huge win here. And Scotty, I know it's just a heat race, But that was a massive statement victory for Briar Bauman to J.D. Beach.
And not only just for this race, but for the championship too. He's throwing out there that he is here to win. He's won here before. He's got confidence coming in, and it definitely is paying off for him right now. So what a ride by the 3 bike.
So Bauman, and here it is. Watch this.
That's Briar getting the drive up the inside. Trevor just barely left that door open, and Briar shoved his way through. The 95 comes with him up there to second.
And then JD goes after him for the lead. It was down here in turn 1, under braking.
Briar
Look
knew
at how
he's there.
smooth that 95 is planted going into the corner. Even with the bumps as he gets right there, JD just finessed it beautifully to the bottom. And then Briar with this aggressive move, just like he did on Bruner.
Same exact spot.
And there's that drive off the corner we were talking about. That KTM just hooked up, and right to the front it went. And he gets a win for Rick Ware. Kristen, that was a spectacular move by Briar to get what I think is a statement win in a heat race.
A statement for sure. Briar, earlier in the day you said, the scariest thing is I don't know what we have here. Now you know what you have. How much confidence will you now have moving into the main events?
Yeah, no, I feel really good on the bike. We've been pretty good all day, and even though JD's been off the bike, it feels good to pass him. I haven't passed him here in a long time, so either way, he hasn't been on a flat track bike, but nonetheless, the Rick Ware Racing KTM has been so good, and man, I hope they dig the track up a little bit, give us a little bit of grip, because that was a slow race out there. So no matter what, fortunate to be racing the American Flat Track Series, and yeah, we have a few things we need to work on, but it's good to be here.
Congratulations, Briar. Now, guys, something I'm noticing on his bike that he had earlier, he had some grip tape towards the front. They're all looking just for a little bit more grip on the bike, and you'll notice that on some of these TTs, but he decided to pull it off that bike for some reason. Maybe he felt like he was good on that.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed, Scotty, is he said it was a slow race. It might have been slow for him, but it was spectacular for us. I'll take that all day.
It was a great race. The track did slow down a little bit. JD's fastest lap was a 27.5, so it's about not quite a full second slower than practice and qualifying is. Heat race number 2 is already on the line. The 9-time champs on the inside. Mies, Fisher 67, Gautier 79, Van de Kooi 20. Also back there is Declan Bender and Michael Hill. It's start of heat race number 2.
Great start for Davis Fisher. And Van der Kooi makes an even better one as he cuts across everybody. Then Mies comes up the inside. Here comes the 9-time champ to the win, to the lead as he comes over the big jump.
That's got to feel like a win for him after that first corner. Yeah, good call, Ralph.
Certainly. Mies now trying to make his statement back to the rest of the guys who are back in the paddock saying, okay, you had a nice little heat race, but this is what you're going to have to deal with in the main.
Yeah, he'll be a force to be reckoned with. He wants to win. He's never won here, Ralph. He wants to win before his career's over, and this might be his last opportunity.
This could be the day.
It definitely could. It could be the day, and it could be his last opportunity.
Great fight for third here. Davis Fisher in the 67. Dalton Gautier on that Royal Enfield back behind him on the 79. And the more I watch Dalton Gautier on that Royal Enfield, I think we're quickly getting to the point where we can say we don't have to say anymore the fill-in rider because he is owning that bike.
Yeah, he's definitely earned that spot. He's making it work. He's up here 4th right now in this heat race. And we didn't think a Royal Enfield we'd ever see one jump, and he's up here in a transfer spot right now looking to start on the 2nd row of the main.
They certainly weren't designed to necessarily, were they?
Definitely not. As the sun is out, it's warm out there. It's muggy because it rained this morning, rained overnight, so it's very muggy. It's heating up out there. It's drying the track out just a little bit. So it's slowing down just a little bit as Mies takes a look over his shoulder, wants to see where Van de Kooi's at.
All Indians in the top 3, and then that Royal Enfield, then an Indian and a Yamaha to round out this field of 6.
Van de Kooi's keeping Mies honest. He's right there on that 20 bike.
Well, you can really hear those tires fighting for traction as they're under braking and they're skipping like a stone into that first corner.
They're chirping as they go off in that first corner. I like it. Mies is in the lead. Here comes Van de Kooi. It's easier sometimes to run in second. You have somebody to gauge off of and go after. And Mies is right now still in the lead. Van de Kooi's looking to catch up to him.
Well, you can really hear those tires just chirping along there.
Couple little braking bumps on a right-hander, and then right there's a couple more, so you got to be consistent. As Mies gets a little bit sideways right there, and Vanderkoy closed the gap.
Yeah, he did. Boy, Jared gets way out wide coming on the front straightaway, and that opens the door for Vanderkoy for sure to close up to about a bike length back. Jared's very good through 1 and 2 and all the way to the jump.
He's raced here for a long time, many laps. It definitely helps. The 20 bike closing the gap once again. Here comes Vanderkoy.
White flag is out. 1 more to go.
27.9, the fastest lap for Mies. He's definitely slowing down a little bit.
Jared is good off the corner and very good on entry into 1 and 2, and that's opening the gap up again between him and Vanderkoy.
Well, at this point right now, Vanderkoy is just going to settle in for that second. He knows he's in the challenge race. Last lap, last corner, Ralph. Here they come.
Here we go to the checkered flag. Jared Mies will lead every lap of this one, taking the win over Vanderkoy.
Still chirping the laps on the cool down lap. Chirping the tires, I meant to say.
Well, he's definitely going to be something to deal with. Here's the top 6 out of that one. Mies, Vanderkoy, Fisher, Gauthier, Bender, and Hill. With Mies and Vanderkoy going to the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge.
Good job by Jared Mies. His fastest lap of 27.935. So again, it's slowing down just a little bit as the sun is beating down on the racetrack here in Thunder Valley. So all the heat races are in the books, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we've seen 2 heat races for the singles class, 2 heat races for your Mission Super Twins. And Jared Mies already handed that motorcycle off to his crew chief. He wants to get back to the pit area and see what kind of changes they can make to try to go a little bit faster. That is the jammer. Jared Mies still looking for his first ever Peoria TT win.